Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today we're going to be talking about the crash that started happening on Friday night. The NASDAQ was plummeting. It's down 3.5%. S&P down almost 3%. So is this a good time to be buying the dip? Am I buying the dip? Is it going to be dipping even further? What's good to get into right now? Is this a good opportunity? So that's what we're going to be talking about. But before we get into it, we do have a little disclaimer, of course. This video is not financial advice. It is for education and entertainment purposes only. This channel is purely based on my thoughts as I navigate my own personal investment journey. Please, please, please always do your own research. Okay, let's get into it. What happened on Friday? Well, of course, it was old mate Trumpy. He tweeted again, posted about imposing new tariffs on China. I think 100% tariffs on China, which absolutely dumped the market, so that him and his mates, if you believe this, can manipulate the market and get in at very low prices to then make another tweet later on and then pump the market back up again. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. Just some of my thoughts, maybe some people thinking that's what's going on, but absolutely had a crazy impact. Not really so much on the stock market, although it was bad. As you can see here, $1.65 trillion wiped out from the US stock market on Friday, but more so on crypto. And if anyone's in crypto, especially any leverage trades, I had some leverage positions open, which I do not recommend. If you think high yield ETFs are risky, then leveraged trading on crypto is like a different world, dude. That is some risky stuff. Do not get into that. I lost pretty much all my leveraged positions, as did anyone else who really had any leverage in the crypto market, because everything tanked like 70, 80% wicks to the downside, and it leveraged over and it liquidated over $19.3 billion in just 24 hours. The biggest single day wipeout in crypto history. Sorry, I can't use my words today. That's 20%. That's 20 times larger than the COVID crash. Wow, that is insane. So what happened is positions were getting liquidated. And then because that was getting liquidated, it was having a knock-on effect, again, with cross margin. That was liquidated. And it was just tanking the whole crypto market. Anybody that had leverage basically got wiped out. It was insane. So obviously bad news for the stock market, but way worse for crypto. And there's a lot of crazy stuff going on because of it. So this is October. We were starting to talk about October. It's supposed to be October. We're going up. And then this is pretty much what it feels like right now. It's bad. There is a lot of fear in the market, especially in the crypto space, but also the stock market not looking too good too, because obviously, as I said, the NASDAQ down 3.5%, the S&P down almost 3%, and then all our high yielding ETF positions are down massively. So here to the right, you'll see YIELDMAX. So the biggest ones that were down, CRCO, let's call it CRCO. That's the new Circle ETF from YIELDMAX. That's down over 10% in one day. HOOW, 8%. SMCY down almost 8%. These are not small dips. HOOW, and then of course, because ROUNDHILL is leveraged, their versions of the same ETF actually go down even more. So you can see here, this is the NASDAQ, but then if you go to HOOW at the same time, it absolutely, it doesn't look the same because it's been going up so much, but that is a big drop. So what I was doing is I was buying into HOOW to try and buy these little dips. I bought into HOOW, I bought into Coinbase down here. Look at this dip, that's massive. So that's down almost 10%. And what else did I buy? I was buying WPAY. In my last video, I was talking about WPAY. I did an ULTY versus WPAY video, and I was talking about what entry point I was looking for. And I was looking for around this 52.50 kind of mark, and I managed to get in. This actually doesn't show the wicks down, but this actually came down to around $52, and I managed to buy in about here. As you'll see from here, I've now added WPAY here, and I got in. My average cost price for that is now $52.22. I've managed to buy 64 shares for that, so I'm pretty happy with buying the dip on WPAY at that amount. So I treated this as an opportunity. as I did in April during those tariff announcements, during that carnage where everything was dipping. Now, the Nasdaq has only dropped 3.5%, and during those April lows when the tariff chaos was kicking in, the Nasdaq and the S&P were down about 20%. So this is only a small dip in comparison, but still some really good opportunities to be had, in my opinion. So for me, what was I doing? I was buying up WHOO, I was buying up MSTW, I was buying up Coinbase, COIW, the Roundhill one, and WPAY. These were the ones that were going down more because they are Roundhill, they are more leveraged. So when HOOD goes down, or say when HOOE goes down from YIELDMAX, it goes down 8.09%, which should be in line with Robinhood. WHOO from Roundhill goes down more because it's got that 120% leverage. So it dips harder, but it's able to recover harder. I buy a bigger dip on WHOO, but it should recover harder because it's got uncapped upside. So I'm banking on the fact that when the market returns and we bounce back, this should come up harder. I've bought the dip, this will come up, and I should be more profitable in terms of share price, and my distributions should therefore be better as well because I've bought in at a lower price. So that's what I've been banking on. And that's what I've been doing. I had a little bit of money on the sides in preparation for an opportunity like this, a dip like this. So I bought into a couple of these. I didn't have that much cash, so I actually rotated out of MSTY and got into MSTW. Why did I do that? Because again, it dips harder on Roundhill. It's leverage. So MSTY, let's call it that, is down 5.32%, and MSTY will be down less because it's not leveraged. It's down 4.35%. So I'm rotating out of the smaller dip and buying into the bigger dip, right? Therefore, when this comes back up again, I know MicroStrategy's been struggling recently, but I should have better upside opportunity because Roundhill is uncapped and it's also 120% leverage. So in my opinion, I'm always looking to buy these big dips in Roundhill because I believe that if I believe in the underlying stock, MSTR, Coinbase, Robinhood, AMD, NVIDIA, and also the new basket, the universal basket WPAY, then I believe that this will bounce back. So that's what I do. I just follow my thesis, I do my research, and I buy these dips. So for me, this is an opportunity. Let me know what you think. If you've been buying this dip, I'd be very interested to know. I didn't have that much cash, right? So if you look here, I had to sell some. I sold my full SOXY position, which is basically a growth ETF from YIELDMAX with a small distribution. It's like a 12% annual yield that they give in the SOXY position, and I just got out of that. It's been performing pretty well, but I just wanted to buy these dips harder and I needed some extra cash. Now, I wasn't going to sell my ULTY, I was going to hold it, but because ULTY actually performs better in a correction or in a bit of a crash, let's go and see what ULTY was down. ULTY was only down a few percent, I believe. Where's ULTY? It was only down 2.75%. So I wanted to get into WPAY, but I didn't have enough cash to get into WPAY, Coinbase, and WHOO. What was I getting? WHOO, MSTW. I rotated out of MSTY into MSTW. I bought Coinbase and WPAY. Now, I didn't have enough cash to get into those with any decent amount. So what I did was I sold ULTY because it was only down 2.75%. And I bought into WPAY because that was down a lot more, and because I was really looking for that dip. Oh, we're not in ULTY, WPAY. I was really looking for that dip to around the 52 mark, which I got into. So I sold a bit of my ULTY position, got into WPAY. What else did I sell? Sorry. Sold a bit of, and then, just rotated my MSTY, sold SOXY, ULTY. So ULTY actually sold quite a bit more than I was kind of planning to, but I just thought this was a good opportunity to buy. So I actually have gone from 1,901 shares to 1,051 shares. So almost half my position in ULTY I've now come out of. I've bought the dip on WPAY, I've bought the dip on COIW, and I bought the dip on MSTW, although that was already dipping. I mean, it's not been doing that well. And what else did I buy? HOOW, because that has been doing so well for me recently. Look at the yield. This is my yield on cost, because my average cost price is now, it was 63.76. It's now 66 because I bought that dip, but still giving me yield of over 200%. This is annual div return based on my cost price, my average cost price. It's just insane levels, like so good. So very happy with the roundhill positions. As you can see, I'm kind of, as the weeks go on, I'm rotating more and more out of YIELDMAX and into roundhill, just because I prefer that uncapped upside. I believe that buying the dips will serve me better in the long run. And we'll see. I believe we're still in a bull market, and I believe that this is market manipulation, and that Trump's tweets, along with maybe some high-level figures in exchanges and big whales, are just kind of manipulating the market a little bit. It may have got out of hand in the crypto space, because that has really tanked. So I hope no one here has got big leverage positions in crypto, because you would be feeling it right now. Obviously, all the crypto-related ETFs, Robinhood, Coinbase, and actually MSTW didn't dip too hard. So that's done all right out of it. I thought that might dip a bit harder, but obviously it's more of a Bitcoin play. It's not a full crypto play like these two are more. But anyway, been buying the dip, and let's see. It looks like futures are up today, so we'll see what happens today. It might not be as much of an opportunity to buy that dip as pre-market trading opens and regular trading hours open. We'll see what happens. But I thought this was quite a good opportunity, so I made some moves. I'm also looking at getting into the new YIELDMAX ETF around CRCO. So CRCO is, in stable coins, in crypto. It was doing really well for YIELDMAX. It was up to 57 from a launch price of $50, and it's tanked over 10%. So if this is still around that $49, $50 mark at the start of trading, I might try and get into this a little bit if I can find some money somewhere. So this is just my thoughts on it all. It's pretty crazy what happened just from a few tweets, a couple of posts about, China and tariffs. And we thought this was all already priced into the market, but it seems there's so much, triggering and price manipulation if you think that's part of this. But is this an opportunity? I've definitely been buying that dip in aftermarket trading on Friday, and I'll be looking maybe for some more opportunities today when markets open. Let me know what you think, what you're doing. Are you buying the dip? Are you holding? What are you buying into? And let me know in the comments. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Please give me a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.